Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. Jonnu Smith has officially found himself in a brand new chapter with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it didn't take long for the veteran tight end to make his presence felt. After a blockbuster trade that sent Smith and star cornerback Jalen Ramsey to the Miami Dolphins, in exchange for Minkah Fitzpatrick, the NFL landscape immediately shifted, and so did Smith's mindset. Now paired with future Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers, the tight end isn't just making a move to a new team, he's stepping into a reinvigorated identity. Within hours of the trade's announcement, Smith dropped a hype video that not only electrified Steelers fans but made one thing crystal clear: he's embracing this moment. It wasn't just any Instagram reel, it was a statement. It featured iconic imagery of Acrisure Stadium, the roar of Steelers Nation, and soundbites declaring the deal the best news for Pittsburgh fans. Smith's message was clear: he's coming in hot. In the video, we see vintage terrible towels flying like banners of war, waving above a sea of black and gold faithful. The camera pans to a packed Acrisure Stadium, and suddenly it feels like game day. Over these images, Smith's voice breaks through with calm confidence and a warrior's edge. Any true competitor, he says, should never be able to say "I made it." It's not just about a move, it's about mission. He continues, "There's no more work to be put in, nah, that's what keeps me pushing." The soundbites echo headlines flashing across the screen, highlighting Smith's breakout year in 2024 and the monumental trade that landed him in Pittsburgh. His tone isn't flashy, it's focused, it's raw, it's authentic. He's not just hyping himself up, he's setting the tone for a city that's been hungry for postseason glory. In just 60 seconds, Jonnu Smith reminded everyone that he's not finished, he's just getting started. Coming off the best season of his career, Smith's energy is fully justified. In 2024 with the Dolphins, he silenced every doubt. With 88 receptions, 884 receiving yards, and 8 touchdowns, Smith didn't just contribute, he dominated. These were career highs across the board, and he did it while establishing himself as a key piece in Miami's high-octane offense. But the numbers don't tell the whole story. Smith's production came with grit. He battled through tough coverage, became a reliable red zone target, and brought leadership to the locker room. He didn't just play well, he led. And yet, despite Pro Bowl-level performance, Miami was reluctant to commit to him long-term. At just $4.09 million due for the 2025 season, the gap between production and compensation grew to wide, so the Dolphins opened trade talks. The Steelers, looking to reignite a stagnant defense, saw the opportunity and pounced, and now Smith's incredible season has become Pittsburgh's gain. But what makes this move even more intriguing is the reunion unfolding behind the scenes. In Pittsburgh, Smith won't just be catching passes from Aaron Rodgers, he'll be reconnecting with offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, a familiar face from the most formative years of his career. The two shared for seasons together in Tennessee, where Arthur served as both tight ends coach and offensive coordinator. Under his guidance, Jonnu evolved from a raw athletic talent into a polished NFL weapon. Their chemistry was obvious then, and it will be essential now. This isn't just about drawing up plays, it's about trust, timing, and mutual understanding. And after a stint together in Atlanta, albeit a rocky one, the duo knows what works and what doesn't, with Arthur calling plays and Jonnu executing them. The Steelers aren't just adding talent, they're restoring synergy. It's a foundation that could turn a good offense into a great one, especially with Rodgers steering the ship. Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh still feels surreal, but it's reality and a massive part of why Smith seems so energized. After years of top-tier quarterback play in Green Bay, Rodgers brings a level of experience, precision, and leadership that Pittsburgh hasn't seen in years. For a tight end like Jonnu, that's a dream scenario. Rodgers thrives in quick reads, finding tight ends over the middle and exploiting mismatches in the red zone. Smith's speed and strength make him an ideal target in those moments. Add in his newfound confidence from 2024, and this could be the most productive quarterback-tight end combo the Steelers have had in decades. The offensive scheme will likely lean into 12 personnel, with Smith and Pat Freiermuth on the field together. Two versatile tight ends, one elite quarterback, and a system designed by a coordinator who knows Smith inside and out. This is the stuff offensive dreams are made of in the Steel City. But while fans are buzzing about the offense, let's not forget what Pittsburgh gave up to make this deal happen. Trading Minkah Fitzpatrick wasn't easy. He was the heart of the Steelers' secondary, a Pro Bowler, and a fan favorite. Letting him go signaled one thing loud and clear: the Steelers are going all in on offense. The days of grind it out, defense-first football may not be entirely over, but there's a new priority: scoring points, stretching the field, creating mismatches. This isn't abandoning tradition, it's evolving with the times. And to do that, Pittsburgh needed someone like Jonnu Smith, who can block, run routes, and provide veteran leadership. The move is risky, no doubt, but sometimes, in order to win big, you've got to gamble big, and based on the reaction from inside the locker room and from Smith himself, it's a gamble this team is excited to take. Jonnu's presence in Pittsburgh also comes at a time when the wide receiver room is undergoing serious change. With George Pickens moved in a separate deal, there's a noticeable void in the outside receiving threat category. That puts even more pressure on the tight ends to step up, and Smith seems ready. Unlike many tight ends who excel only in blocking or route running, Smith is a hybrid. He can line up in the slot, play in line, or even split wide. This versatility is exactly what Pittsburgh needs in a transitional year. Fans should expect to see creative formations, mismatches against slower linebackers, and red zone packages designed to free up Smith and Freiermuth, and if Rodgers gets comfortable quickly, this offense could become one of the league's most dynamic. The question isn't whether Smith can handle the responsibility, it's how fast he and Rodgers can build chemistry. If it clicks early, look out, of course. The hype video wasn't just about football, it was about setting a tone. Smith isn't just changing teams, he's changing the narrative. Too often, veteran players get moved around and are seen as role fillers, not Jonnu. He's letting everyone know he's a difference maker, a playmaker, and someone who still has chapters left to write. That energy was palpable in the video, a mix of gratitude, hunger, and sharp focus. When he said, "I'm just thankful, blessed," it wasn't cliche, it was conviction. He's not settling into Pittsburgh, he's seizing Pittsburgh. And in a locker room that's been searching for fresh leadership and swagger, Smith's arrival might be the spark they need. Veterans are watching, young players are listening, and Steelers Nation, they're already rallying behind their new No. 81. This isn't just a roster move, it's a culture shift. One Instagram reel at a time. If history tells us anything, it's that Pittsburgh thrives when its players have chips on their shoulders. Think James Harrison, think Hines Ward, add Jonnu Smith to that list. Overlooked in New England, undervalued in Miami, now he's on a mission in Pittsburgh. He's got a coordinator who believes in him, a quarterback who can elevate him, and a city that lives and breathes football. This isn't just about receptions or yards, it's about redemption, about proving there's still more to unlock, and with the AFC North as competitive as ever, Smith knows he'll have to deliver from day one. No easing in, no warm-up period, just action. The Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016, and the pressure is mounting. But if the hype video is any indicator, Jonnu Smith didn't come to Pittsburgh to coast, he came to change that. And now, the whole league is officially on notice. As training camp approaches, all eyes will be on how this new-look Steelers offense begins to gel. Smith will be right in the center of it all, on the field, in the film room, and undoubtedly on social media with more behind-the-scenes moments. The hype is real, but the challenge is even bigger. Pittsburgh fans have waited long enough for postseason success, and the 2025 season feels like a fork in the road. Will the Rodgers-Smith-Arthur Smith trio be the recipe that finally unlocks the team's full potential, or will it be another year of almost? That's what makes this story so compelling. It's not scripted, it's raw, it's unfolding, and it's being led by a tight end who refuses to settle, refuses to plateau, and refuses to be overlooked again. Jonnu Smith's journey to Pittsburgh might have started with a trade, but how it ends, that's entirely up to him. Let the new era begin. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments, what's your take on the Fins this week? There's a storm brewing in South Beach, and it's not just the ocean winds rolling in off the Atlantic. The NFL world is buzzing with whispers, murmurs, and maybe even some fireworks, as the Miami Dolphins have allegedly landed one of the most underrated cornerbacks in the game today, RASUL Douglas. Yes, that RASUL Douglas is said to have touched down in Miami and put pen to paper on a blockbuster 4-year deal. This is the kind of move that sends ripple effects not just through the AFC East, but across the entire league. While nothing has been officially confirmed by team sources as of yet, insiders close to the situation are describing this as nearly done, and according to one source, it's already wrapped. Douglas, known for his ball-hawking instincts and fierce competitiveness could be exactly the piece Miami needs to take that next leap in a stacked conference. Now, let's break this down. Why RASUL Douglas? Why now? And what does this mean for Miami's already loaded defense? Douglas isn't just another corner. He's a playmaker with a nose for the ball and a knack for disrupting passing lanes, coming off strong seasons in Green Bay and before that in Philadelphia. RASUL proved he's more than capable of being a starting caliber corner in today's pass-heavy NFL. If this deal truly goes through, it's clear Miami isn't just looking to compete, they're looking to dominate. Pairing Douglas with Xavier Howard if he stays, or even with the promising youth in the secondary, creates a dangerous defensive backfield. It's the kind of addition that gets fans dreaming about deep playoff runs and opposing quarterbacks losing sleep. This isn't a depth signing. This isn't a gamble, if confirmed. This is a calculated strike, and the timing, impeccable. With training camps around the corner, Miami is sending a clear message to the rest of the league. They're not sitting back. They're building, piece by piece. And RASUL Douglas could be the crown jewel of their offseason. His 4-year deal, if rumors are accurate, suggests long-term vision. They're not renting RASUL, they're investing in him. That's a key point. Miami is thinking beyond just this season. They see a window, yes, but they're also preparing for sustainability. The Dolphins brass, including GM Chris Grier and head coach Mike McDaniel, have shown they're not afraid to be aggressive, with Douglas potentially stepping in as a starter on day one. It also speaks volumes about the coaching staff's confidence in his ability to fit into the scheme quickly and deliver results. Let's talk numbers, shall we? While financial details remain hush-hush for now, early projections estimate the deal could be north of $40 million across 4 years, possibly with significant guarantees in the first 2. That's not chump change. It's a deal that says, "We believe in you." It's also a move that reflects Miami's growing urgency to stay competitive in a division that includes Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers presumably healthy, and a rising Patriots squad with nothing to lose. RASUL's presence allows Miami to mix and match coverage schemes, dial up blitzes, and trust that the back end is locked down. It also gives the Dolphins flexibility in how they want to deploy their safeties, coverage. Confidence is a luxury, and if this signing goes official, it's one Miami now possesses in spades, of course. With any major acquisition, there's always the talk of fit. Will RASUL Douglas thrive in Vic Fangio's defensive scheme? Will he mesh with the locker room? Sources close to Douglas say he's ecstatic about the opportunity and already looking at Miami real estate. The fit, at least from a personality and culture standpoint, seems like a match made in heaven. Douglas is known for his leadership qualities, his mentorship of younger players, and a no-nonsense approach to preparation. In a defense that has had its ups and downs, that kind of presence is invaluable. Don't underestimate how big this could be in stabilizing the unit. When veterans like RASUL step in, the ripple effects extend far beyond the field. They change the tone, the tempo, the expectations, and let's not forget what RASUL did in Green Bay. He wasn't just solid, he was sensational, plucked from the Cardinals' practice squad mid-season in 2021. He went on a tear that included 5 interceptions in just 12 games, 2 of which he returned for touchdowns. He's physical at the line of scrimmage, aggressive in man coverage, and sharp enough to drop into zone responsibilities when called upon. His football IQ is off the charts, and his anticipation is arguably his greatest weapon. For a Dolphins team that struggled at times to generate turnovers, Douglas could be a catalyst. He thrives in pressure moments, often elevating his game against elite receivers. That's exactly what you want when you face Stefon Diggs and Garrett Wilson twice a year. Miami didn't just sign a corner, they may have acquired a game changer. Still, fans are rightfully asking, is this too good to be true? Until we get the official team announcement, this remains a juicy rumor. But all signs point to smoke where there's fire. RASUL Douglas was spotted arriving at Miami International Airport last night, and photos circulating on social media appear to show him being picked up by a vehicle registered to a Dolphins front office executive. Coincidence? Maybe, but the buzz has only grown louder since. Local Miami beat writers are reportedly being prepped for a major announcement, and players have been unusually cryptic on Instagram. A certain Dolphins linebacker even posted a dolphin emoji followed by a lock, which in today's social media cryptography might as well be a press release. But what about ripple effects across the roster? Could Douglas' arrival signal the end for a current starter? Or perhaps a reshuffling in the secondary? Keep an eye on names like Noah Igbinoghene and even Jevon Holland's role. Because RASUL changes the calculus. If Miami leans into more nickel and dime packages, expect a more aggressive blitz-heavy identity to emerge. And if the team was already leaning toward a defensive identity, this might push them fully over the edge. Combine Douglas with a healthy Jalen Ramsey and a hungry front seven, and you've got a unit that can go toe-to-toe with any offense in the league. The locker room impact can't be overstated either. RASUL's resume brings instant credibility, and younger corners on the roster now have a walking clinic to learn from every day. Now let's zoom out. Big picture, if this rumor turns into reality, it marks a massive win for Miami's offseason narrative. The Dolphins have flirted with contention in recent years, but something's always seemed just slightly out of reach, whether it was health, depth, or consistency. RASUL Douglas doesn't solve all those problems, but he plugs a very real hole. The message to fans is clear. We're not rebuilding. We're not treading water. We're chasing a title. It's that kind of ambition that separates pretenders from contenders, and RASUL, make no mistake, has championship experience. He's been deep into playoff runs. He knows what it takes. If you're a Dolphins fan, this is the kind of move that gets you hyped. And if you're an opposing quarterback, it's the kind of headline that might keep you watching more film this week than you'd planned. And finally, let's address the energy shift. This is bigger than just a player signing. It's a statement of intent. A 4-year deal signals commitment, belief, and planning. RASUL Douglas landing in Miami, whether it's fully confirmed or still just a whisper, feels like a turning point. There's excitement in the air, a sense that the Dolphins are no longer content to be the feel-good underdog or the almost team. They're making moves like contenders. Whether this becomes official in the next few hours or not, one thing is certain: the Dolphins are not playing it safe. They're pushing their chips to the middle of the table, and RASUL Douglas might just be the ace they were waiting to draw. Stay tuned. South Beach just got a whole lot more interesting. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.